Good morning to you. It is Friday, TGIF edition of the morning, right? On Voice of the People, 96.1 FM. It is the 26th of July, 2024. Good morning and welcome to the show. There's a lot to cover this morning. My name is Gesere. And of course, we're live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. Voice of the People Abuja. Go ahead and join us live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. In the news this morning from Punch newspaper, we have the President Tinubu rallies NSA monarchs as hunger protest looms. Tinubu rallies NSA monarchs as hunger protest looms. The President Bola Tinubu on Thursday held emergency meetings with the APC state governors, prominent traditional rulers, and ulamas, Islamic religious scholars at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja, as part of efforts by the government to ensure the planned hunger protest slated for August 1st to 10th is averted nationwide. The meetings come after growing calls for the anti-hunger protest following widespread economic hardships in the country. The protests, which are being organized under the hashtag End Bad Governance, have gained significant traction on social media, even as the organizers remain unknown, with no group officially claiming responsibility. Meanwhile, the president had first met with the APC governors under the aegis of the Progressive Governors Forum at the presidential villa in Abuja at 1 p.m. The meeting lasted for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. The meeting follows an earlier one by the NGF, Nigeria's Governors Forum, on Wednesday night, and comes after a last-minute cancellation of the next NEC meeting earlier scheduled for Tuesday afternoon. Meanwhile, we have the APC governors elected on the platform of the ruling All Progressives Congress, have said they lack knowledge of the reason for the planned nationwide protest. They said, speaking after a closed-door meeting of the PGF, that's the Progressives Governors Forum, held in Abuja, the PGF chairman and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma said, "We don't know what they are protesting for. We invite all of them to sit down with us in a room so we can discuss and agree on the issues, what they are, and prefer solutions. We as a body, we are committed to the unity of the country. We are committed to whatever thing that makes Nigerians' lives better, bring prosperity, jobs to be created for young boys and girls who graduated to be employed." The governor further stated that it was unwise at this moment for the country to have any demonstration by any group, urging Nigerians to shelve the planned protest. He also enjoined Nigerians to be patient with the government, saying efforts are underway to ameliorate the economic hardship experience in the country. I mean, you have to look at it from the president's point of view. In lieu of what happened in Kenya, you have to note that, it's bothersome. It's a bit worrisome to see that some people are gingering to undertake a protest in light of the fact that it just might take a different tone, in the sense that some people might overzealous Nigerians might want to take advantage of that particular protest and go ahead and make it violent in a way that it shouldn't be, in the sense that some people are saying, okay, we must destroy the National Assembly. I mean, when you check social media, you see some tweets. By some tweets, you see them saying that if we don't bring down the mace, then we're not ready for this protest. If we don't bring down the gate of the National Assembly, then we're not ready for this protest. So you have to understand from the point of the president, his concerns that something like that could happen, right? So let's watch and see how everything plays out. Meanwhile, Ohaneze Ndigbo, leader Iwanyanwu, died on Thursday. The President, Bola Tinubu, former President Muhammadu Buhari, governors and others on Thursday mourned the death of the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu. The family confirmed the demise of the elder statesman in a statement on Thursday evening. It reads, "The Iwanyanwu family of Umohi Ata in Ikeduru local government area of Imo State announces the demise of our patriarch, Chief Emmanuel Chukwuemeka Iwanyanwu. He died on Thursday, July 25th, after a brief illness. He was aged 82. He was an accomplished businessman and a notable politician. The late businessman owned the Champion newspapers. His business had grown into a conglomerate of over 20 companies, including some companies advertising, hotels, and all of that. And he assumed office as the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide last year, April 30th, shortly after Imeobi Ohanaeze ratified his nomination following the death of Professor George Obiozo, his predecessor. And the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization also confirmed his demise through the National Publicity Secretary, Dr. Alex Ogbonnaya. So our hearts and our prayers are with the Onweyaun family. Moving on to another headline this morning, Nigeria sinking deeper into a debt hole. Conventional wisdom dictates that you cannot get out of a hole by digging even deeper. This is an editorial and is exactly what the federal government is doing with the 6.2 trillion naira supplementary budget approved by the Senate on Tuesday. This addition brings the 2024 budget to about 35.05 trillion naira, up from 28.7 trillion naira initially approved. The president sought approval from the National Assembly last week to raise the budget figure to provide an additional 3.2 trillion for certain infrastructure projects and 3 trillion for the new minimum wage. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Olamilekan Adeola, said that the increase would be financed with the one-time windfall tax on banks' forex profits for 2023 as approved by the National Assembly. While the government has presented justification for the additional expenses, the supplementary appropriation raised concerns about Nigeria's worsening debt situation. The Tinubu administration passed a supplementary budget of 2.7 trillion last year. Now this year you're seeing an additional 6.2 trillion naira supplementary budget. Meanwhile, we have the DMO, the Debt Management Office, talking about the fact that the country's total public debt has increased significantly to about 121.6 trillion naira as of March, which this is really high. And when you ask some of our experts, they'll say, oh, we've not reached our limits yet, and you begin to wonder, when then will be the limit? Where is the limit? Where do we draw the line and say, you know what, is enough is enough? We'll watch and see how all this drama plays out. Meanwhile, in a bid to prevent the protests, Wike has fixed August 1st to honor Abuja traditional rulers, and he has warned would-be protesters. The FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says Abuja will not be available for protesters on August 1st. He gave the warning while briefing newsmen on the outcome of the FCT Security Council meeting in Abuja on Thursday. He said that August 1st had been set aside, that is the day FCT has set aside for the entire area councils to jubilate, to give out certificates of recognition for their traditional rulers. We will not allow that day that FCT has set aside to honor traditional rulers for their people to rejoice, and then somebody will come and disrupt that. That day is not available for those who want to protest, and FCT is not available for the protesters. Mr. FCT Minister, I don't know how far this is going to go, but we'll watch and see how all this plays out. Meanwhile, you have the opportunity to let me know what you think about our headlines this morning. In economy, the naira has gone up to $1,600, 1,600 naira this morning, according to NAFEM, which is, some people who have dollars will be rejoicing at this point. But looking at the effect it's going to have on us as Nigerians and the purchasing power of the naira, you begin to wonder where exactly we're drawing the line, especially with how far we're willing to let the naira fall to. We'll watch and see how all this plays out. Meanwhile, we have the SGF saying that over $1.5 billion was spent on protecting Nigeria's oil installations. The federal government said it spent over $1.5 billion from 2020 to date to protect the nation's oil installations and curb crude oil theft. The secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, made this known on Thursday at a public hearing of the House of Reps on crude oil theft. Okay, We'll get to Rufai's 2 cents on this matter in just a moment. But first, let's check out some of the voices in the news. Yesterday, there was a conversation had with Ajibola Basiru, who this conversation was had as regards inflationary challenge.
Bola Tinubu assuming office in May 29, 2023. You know what the figure is. You remember?
I do. That's the figure.
Okay. Let me take you. Yes, inflation is about 22% or 23%. Before the president got into office, inflation is about 22% or 23%. Now, I'm asking due to about 33.95%.
Yes.
So, how do you explain?
I expect you to also tell us at what point did inflation get to 33.4%, and what has been the flow of inflation in the past, 4 or 5 months? You can't just pick up a figure and just throw it a question
because you had said that we should stay on the facts and the figures, and that's what we're saying. And I'm asking you a straight jacket question, yes. Senator. The inflation rate was just a little above 20%, and now is over 33%.
I don't agree with that statistics.
So what is your own statistics?
I don't know, but I don't know.
But if you don't know, why are you disagreeing? I'm telling you facts. I'm on national television.
What is your source of inflation? You can't just...
It is the MBS whose salaries are being paid by the government.
Of course. MBS did not give you...
So you do not agree also that the inflation rate has risen dramatically from a year ago up until now?
I didn't agree. I know there are inflation challenges, but it's not up to that level.
Up until 33%?
Yes.
What is the present inflation rate, Senator, if you don't agree?
I don't agree.
You were a lawyer, and I imagine that since you have given the parameters upon which we need to have this conversation, and I'm giving to you. So if you look at it, the Nigerian inflation figure, look at it. March 2024, 33%. May 2023, 22.41%, Senator. Look at food inflation. Food inflation in March 2024, 40.01%. May 2023, 24%. Those are the figures right there. MBS figures.
I don't agree with you.
So what do you agree with?
I also know.
That is the figure.
I only know for now that yes, there are inflationary challenges, and that as a government we are tackling those inflational challenges.
So if you do not agree with these figures, which are released officially by the
you said so. You said so. That they are released
officially. These are the figures, official figures, Senator.
I don't have access to your source.
So do you have access to the price of yam, rice, tomatoes in the market? Do you have access to those?
Per ton or per tubers?
But whatever. I mean, per Congo, like your people in Osun State will call it.
Yes.
Do you have access to it? Is it more expensive than
a year ago? Of course, expensive. I'm not doubting.
So why are you trying to hide under one finger?
I'm not hiding.
It's unfair to Nigerians when you are disagreeing with figures that are officially quoted by the NBC.
I don't agree with you. I've not seen it on NBC. I'm just telling you.
So you don't read the papers, or what exactly is the problem?
How can you say I don't read papers?
So why don't you agree?
I don't agree. Figures? If you read the please, what I'm telling you is that your figure, I don't agree with it.
It's not my figure, but it's the official figure, and I'm telling you.
It's your figure. You put it here, I don't... You have
Senator, this is going to offend the sensibilities of an average Nigerian. When you, as the National Secretary of the party,
cannot admit to what I do.
The government of the day are the ones producing this figure, Senator. I say I'm not channel television.
I said I'm agreeable. Get my point. I'm agreeable that there are inflationary challenges, but I don't agree with that figure that you have quoted.
Do you imagine that there seems to be some kind of failure in the manner of handling of the economy by this government?
I don't agree, and that's why I'm telling you that.
But why are things worsening, Senator?
These are challenging. I must tell you that things are challenging. Is different from things are getting worse. And I told you when I was talking, we know there are challenges in the area of food security, and I've told you that one of the cardinal things that this administration is doing is to address the challenges in food security. We are putting a lot of effort in releasing food, even from reserves, into the market. That shows that we know there is a challenge. But that's different from pigeon-only me to a figure that I did not see before I come here. I cannot, on national television, admit to what I did not see.
Those issues. Let me take you to...
Do let me know what you think about this particular conversation. By the way, that is the voice of Ajibola, who is the national secretary to the APC at this point in time. To defend the APC at this point is a tall order. You must get some things in your arsenal to help you defend the ruling APC at this point, because the contradictions in his statement, very, very confusing. Okay, you don't agree with the figures released by the MBS for the public to see. But what figures do you now agree on? Do you agree that there's an increase in food inflation? There's an increase in the purchasing. There's a reduction rather in the purchasing power of the naira. He doesn't have anything to say. He's stuttering. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. 0808 312 8618 0808 312 8618. We are also live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. Leave a comment or two. Let us know what you think about our headlines this morning. 0808 312 8618. We're also live on.
Can only be described as and allow anarchy to befall our nation. This is because we have seen wars operated, particularly during the time of conflict. I believe that some people out there may fantasize about war or state of anarchy, thinking that it is like what they see in the movies. I assure you that war is not what you see. Real situations and real life.
That was the voice of Major General Edward Buba right there, letting us know what to expect during this protest. Should we go ahead to embark on chaos and violence? He's the Director, Defense Media Operations of the Nigerian military. We also have the NSA, the Minister of Information, rather, telling Nigerians, okay, let me just move away from that and move on to Senator Hope Uzodinma, who had a lot to say about this issue of protest, saying that they're not in support of the nationwide protests. Let's take a listen.
This is allowed in a democratic setting, but every protest must be reasonably conceived to be able to make political sense. Anybody to come out to say he wants to protest, first of all, there have not been any engagement where those who are sponsoring the protest was able to tell us the reasons for the protest. Secondly, given the global situation today and the insecurity in the country, we have a very fragile political environment that, if not managed and protected very well, may collapse the entire country. So those who are going to protest, what is the reason for the protest? And if they have no reason for the protest, I think our advice, we're meaning Nigerians, citizens of this country who are making sacrifices. Some of us have paid the supreme price for the existence of this country. We should guide our country very jealously. I think it is a wrong time for anybody to do any protest, because the implication of doing that, if care is not taken, is that it may be hijacked, like the NSAS experience, where criminals now hijacked and innocently conceived agitation by young Nigerians. So this is another kind of temptation that I think too, that those behind the protest, because they have not been able to come out openly to say they are behind it, there is something that is a motive that is yet to be positioned, that the hardship that is occasioned by economic recession all over the world is further worsened. So I advise against the protest.
Yeah, we are here to first thank the President for all the support that's given to.
All right, we have a conversation with Rufai right about now. Let's get started with that. Good morning, Mr. Rufai.
Bless you, my sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much. All right, first, as a date to honor Abuja traditional rulers, and he has warned sternly Nigerians that FCT is not available for protesters.
No, but he has no. Well, he's violating the constitution of the country. He's violating the constitution of the country. The right to protest is enshrined in the national constitution. Number one. Number two, He can fix any day to honor his own traditional rulers. People can protest pari passu. So he should stop saying all of that, which is wrong. And you see, these are political leaders think they are really smart. You blatantly violate the rights of people. You blatantly violate the rights of people. And secondly, he's not the owner of Abuja. He's just an FCT minister, which anyway is a tenured position. So somebody should remind him that. Please. Please. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? All of a sudden, you want to honor traditional rulers in that country, in Abuja. All of a sudden, people are talking about Oro everywhere in Lagos, using all sorts of schemes. Is that going to remove the hunger from people's belly? I am not calling for violence. I totally, and on this morning, I said, I place a curse on anybody that's going to foment violence. But people have a right. It's a constitutional right. It's a constitutional right. Let them have it. This politician protested when it was good for them. This hypocrisy will never run a country.
All right. Mr. Rufai, still looking at this issue of protests here and there. Is the concern of the federal government actually valid? Looking at the fact that what happened with Kenya, if you see some of the tweets, I mean, you would be very concerned. You would be very concerned as to some of the motives of some individuals who will be joining the protest as well.
With due respect, Gessie, this is largely a political gimmick. The same federal government that is saying all of this, let them release the so-called people that they have intelligence on that are trying to cause trouble in the protest. Let's see. I saw the army spokesperson on TV yesterday. He couldn't land his points. He couldn't land his point. There's this fictitious group, DSSP written, this fictitious group. The same people that are shouting that, oh, people are talking rage and all of that. Were they not the ones that carried Jonathan's coffin when they were protesting against Jonathan? I ask you. They not carry Jonathan's coffin? Well, I mean, what's the difference? You are protesting against subsidy, you were carrying Jonathan's coffin. These were the same people. These same people grounded the nation for 2 weeks. And it was peaceful. So let's stop all of this. Like I told President Tinubu, engage the people. He's not still engaging the people. What he's going to do is talking to religious leaders. You see the mindset, let it cascade down. No, engage the people. We put it to the DSS and other security agencies. Let us name them, because if you name these people, we'll help you shame them. That want to cause chaos during the protest. What was the army spokesman saying yesterday? He was talking about you might be targeted because you use AC in your car. If you use, oh my God. I was just looking at him and telling him he couldn't land the points. Even he himself knew that he wasn't landing any points.
All right.
The same people that are saying no to protest today, I asked them an honest question. If Peter Obi or Atiku Abubakar had won the last election and the state of the country was not good, would these same APC people not support the protest?
All right.
That question I asked, they should honestly answer it. Will these same APC people not support the protest? If Peter Obi or Atiku Abubakar won the last election and the state of the country was not good, would these same people not support it? Did we see the protest they did against Jonathan? It's just politicians playing their games. Out of all days, all of a sudden, wicked chooses to honor
Still on this conversation, right? I mean, it's a hunger protest, right? A conversation was had yesterday with Mr. Senator Ajibola Bashir, who is the National Secretary of the APC. And I don't know if you caught up on that conversation. He
It was day before yesterday, wasn't it?
Day before yesterday, yes, day before yesterday. I don't know if you caught up on that conversation. It was just an abysmal conversation.
You see, they don't have arguments. You see, it wasn't Tajibola Bashir that was saying ignore the statistics. But the same man that said ignore the statistics was the man that said, oh, we government, we have disbursed over 100,000 discs of wheat, over 100,000 discs of rice. We have not seen the effect on the outcome. But in one breath, you are saying ignore the statistics. In another breath, you are trying to read statistics out. You see, they don't have points. It's just go. They are talking. They don't have points. Just like Mr. What's it called came this today, Mr. Edu, and say, oh, the economy is improving. Where? He said inflation is coming down. Where? Where inflation, food inflation, peaked in the space of last month. So how is it coming down? He couldn't even tell us whether they removed subsidy or not. Guess what he said? We have technically removed subsidy. How?
Technically, maybe not practically.
Technically, they start to use all sorts of terminology because there's no honesty. What we're just calling for is honesty. Let's make this country work. Nobody wants violence in this country, no. But we also have a duty to tell ourselves the truth.
All right. Moving on from that headline, Mr. Rufai, there was a conversation had yesterday with the SGF. It was represented by the Permanent Secretary, General Services, at the House of Representatives yesterday at a public hearing on crude oil theft. He said that over $1.5 billion have been spent on protecting Nigeria's oil installations from 2020 to date. This is to curb crude oil theft and all of that. I don't know how far these monies were used, how judiciously they were used, because we're still seeing crude oil theft, in the country.
But you see, the truth is, we're not getting anything. We're not getting anything. We can't still do 2 million barrels per day. So all that money, what is he doing? What is he doing? We're not still getting anything. Let's be realistic.
All right. The Senate has passed for first reading a bill aimed at enhancing fiscal transparency in local government administration. The bill, known as the Local Government Fiscal Accountability FAC. Mr.
Kudos to the Senate on that. That's good. And also, I like the way the conversation is going as regards local government now. INEC too has now said that they can actually hold local government elections. So if we stretch the conversation forward, let's see how we can bring some sanity back to the local government system. Let's see how we can bring some sanity back to the local government system. Those things are possible to do, but kudos to the Senate on that. When they do well, I say they do well.
All right. We'll watch and see how that plays out. If this is not a way of sort of trying to clamp down on the powers of the local government in a way that, okay, you can't do and undo, or you have to be answerable in any way to the power at the center. I don't know.
So let's see how it pans out. Transparency and accountability bill. Let's see how it goes.
All right.
On the surface, it looks good. Not barring the fact that there might be other political connotations in the end, though. But on the surface, it looks good.
Okay, we'll watch and see how that plays out. Meanwhile, The President General of the Igbo Socio-Cultural Group, Ohaneze Ndigbo, was confirmed in a statement on Thursday by his son, Jide Iwanyanwu, that he died due to a short illness. I don't know, but our hearts and our prayers are with the family at this point.
Yeah, so I mean, his death is a very big loss at a time where there's a lot of leadership needed in the country. He's a man that he had seen it all, and may God continue to rest his soul. He transcends many paths, gained admission to university where he studied civil engineering in Nsukka, had many feats in the academia, and won many awards. Also, fought in the Civil War, 67 to 70. I was drafted, Biafra Research Production Rap, headed by Benjamin Chukwuka, who was a nuclear physicist, and he went ahead to still keep believing in Nigeria. He set up a lot of businesses. He was a very successful person, started up many ventures, hotels, even in the media. It's a big media. If you remember Champion newspaper, at the point in this country, Champion is one of the top newspaper, were part of the business he set up. Then also made his stride into, football, Royal National, and the likes. Also went into politics, did a lot, got in fact, the first primaries that were done, the NRC primaries, in fact, it was supposed to be a running mate, to the candidate before it was cancelled then. And when the political president was suspended by Babangida, hence he got the name Maradona. Then, he kept on keeping on. There was a lot that he did also, many roles he played in the country. He was a man of his word. He constantly believed in the unity of this country. Like with everybody, he has his own failings and all of that, So, but he still kept on trying at some point, to become president, but he never had it, And his last straw was getting into the leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo after Professor George Obiazo passed. And we can only pray that God continues to rest. So he was the chieftain of the PDP. And he passed at the age of 82. May God rest his soul.
All right. Amen. May God rest his soul. All right. Thank you, Mr. Rufai. I don't know if there's any other headline you'd love to.
In Russia. Recently, they cut their money, but apparently have not paid them for about a month. I'm trying to get the interview with Nigerian students in
14
Russia.
months.
For 14 months, yeah. For a year, actually. For over a year, they've not paid them. So please, everything should be done to amplify their matter to the public. We're trying to get the president to be able to talk to us, probably on this platform, and we'll see how it pans out.
Some of them had talked about the fact that they have to be getting monies from mosques, churches, food from religious organizations. They're the ones who feed them and all of that. It's becoming embarrassing.
It's more than embarrassing. It is a sad one. Bless you so much, Bessie.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Rufai. It's Friday. Make sure you rest. All right.
I'll try. It's been a long week. I'll try. Need to rest. Get some good stuff. Bless you, yeah.
Okay, 0808-312-8618 is the number to call to be a part of this conversation this morning. 0808-312-8618 is the number to call to be a part of our conversation this morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Adeomi, good morning.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you. I think maybe you avoid me. It's not my fault, though. It's the network problem. My name is Adeomi. Good morning to all Nigerians. Thank God it's Friday. I greet Mr. Rufai and all the listeners. Lady G, did you see as the wind blow? You hear how much we use bring fuel come from mortar. We said it. We are the one who holding ourselves ransom in Nigeria. It's not our leader. How many are they? Look at them now. There is no peace for them. Mr. President, Minister, look at Wike, look at Lagos government, Festival, this one, Chief Council title on August 1. You can see now that we more than them. Input and unite. Let them know that they are not more than us. It's we that will put them. It's not, even though if they write their own by themselves, at least we exercise our franchise on election day, our civic right, that by voting either by they change it or they omit it or any other way. I know you understand what I'm saying. We more than them. Look at all of them now. They are running up and down. Mr. President is meeting with a security. Why didn't they do all this one before? And all the traditional rulers also should tell him. They should do the needful now. Insecurity is biting hard. We know on issue of subsidy, he has said it. I know you remember when he told Labour that it's either they take 250, they will increase fuel, or they stop on 700 and stop there. 70,000 and to leave the price of the fuel. But Mr. President, despite that he removed the subsidy, we are still battling with the fuel queue every time. He has started they are planning maybe to see increase fuel again. How much is going to be the price of liter of fuel in Nigeria? Secondly, my sister, what is military is still doing in NNPC up to now? Ahmed Farouk, what was his name? All those type of people are not supposed to be in NNPC at all. Look at how they demarket our homes. Because of what they are benefiting from outside. How can you tell me that it's better to go and refine fuel in other countries than to refine it our own house? We have, look at Angola. Look at many countries that they don't have fuel. Look at Nigeria, they have refinery there. Go and check who owns the refinery will be in Nigeria. Many countries like that, they don't want Nigerians to work. But they should know they will have a day with God one day. Imagine there is no death. How do you think these people will have treated in Nigeria? August 1, if protest will go, nobody is blind any violence. You hear the DSS, they will not know where bandits are. They will not know where Boko Haram are. It's only when people want to protest, they will know the function. We dare them to mention the name. On a sad note, we lost a gem. Chief Emmanuel Wayawu, may so rest in peace. I would like you to hold 1 minute silence on behalf of his family, on behalf of Nigeria. Good night, sir. Good night, sir. Good night. Because he is unbiased man. I love that man with all my heart. A untribalistic man who love everyone. He was talking about issue of protest before he passed on. We don't even know that is there a number. For this, we pray that may God forgive his soul and may God give the family fortitude to bear the loss. We thank you for his well spent 82 years. It's not a joke. May so rest in peace. Thank you, God bless you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Adeomi Daniel. We will be. There's so much to think about at this point. It's been a long week of back and forths with protests here and there, people's rights here and there being impeded on. But we will be observing the 1 minute silence in just a moment. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you so much. What's your name?
My name is Abubakar Kawo, calling you from Abuja.
You're welcome, Abubakar. Go ahead.
Sometimes I keep on wondering if really these people in government really have, I don't know how to put it that way, if they really have a clue or if they have a sense. You know quite all right, things are not okay, things are bad, you acknowledge that. And people wanted to express their, displeasure, and you are coming with a threat, or rather you are also begging them without any action. If really you have already understand, you have already known this is the problem, why not come out and make a communique? Okay, yes, we understand there's hunger in the country, and we quite already understand this is the reason for the hunger. This is what we want to do. Please shift your protest, and then perhaps after some time, if things does not go on well, then we come back again and talk. But you came out, the security forces, making comparisons to some other countries, like the likes of Sudan and Mali and the like, Sudan and Somalia and Libya and the like. Those people are not Nigerians. We are not the same as them. Those people are brothers fighting for powers. And hence, everybody wants to get into the power position. For us, we are not going to fight for power. We don't want their power. We all want things to go right. We all want people to get food. We want people to drive safely. We want people to go to the market. Nobody will come and fight for power. We are all going to demand for justice. So as such, comparing it to Sudan, Libya, and other places are totally wrong. It's just that they want to have a justification, perhaps to instigate violence just like they did perhaps during the NSAS. Otherwise, things are bad. Why can't you bring a corrective measures? It was your policy that made it that bad. Why can't you revise some of the policy? And they keep on saying they have a teams of economic. I don't know what kind of economic they have they study if their own is actually different. This is actually not acceptable, and I will still keep on calling on the youth or whoever the organizers are. If they have to make their call, they should also, come out with clear indication that this is what we want. We are not going for violence. We actually just wanted to express our pleasure. We understand. We have to see what actually has happened in Kenya and what is happening in Bangladesh. They think it may likely bring the end of their government. If they know they are good, they won't be scared. If they know they are doing the right things, they will not be scared. This is just my own thought. Thank you, and over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Abubakar, for your time this morning. We absolutely appreciate you. We'll take a break right about now. When we come back, we'll be speaking with the guests in the studio. Stay tuned. You're welcome back. This is still the front page review of Voice of the People 96.1 FM. My name is Gesiere, and I've got a guest in the studio with me this morning. He is a business coach, a speaker, and a trainer. He's a lead strategist and an apex business developer. He's the CEO and founder of the Champions Business Group, Mr. Okechukwu Anodere. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Good morning so much. You actually got the surname very well. That's quite rare.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome to the show this morning. Can
Thank
I just say, you smile, you're smiling. Hey.
It is God, though.
It's like the country is doing you well.
I will thank God for the country. We thank God. We give God the glory every time.
All right. So, what exactly is the Champions Business Group all about?
Okay. The Champions Business Group is a business development group that brings together smart and forward-thinking Nigerians who run businesses or who have the intention of running a business. So the business group provides them with mentorship, provides them with support, provide them with strategies they need to build a successful business. Just imagine a future where your dreams are not just fantasy, but they're actually a thriving reality. The Champions Business Group is a community of men and women who share business information, share business networks that help them to create incredible success. That's what we're all about.
Okay, so what exactly is your strategy for achieving this your goal and objective now? What's your strategy for achieving it?
All right, there are three basic steps, approaches we use. First of all, what we do is that we provide you with systems and strategies to generate the essential capital you need to launch your business. That your seed capital will help you generate it. Because we know that many brilliant ideas have never seen the light of day due to lack of funding. You see, the people die off with their dreams, but we refuse to let this happen in the Champions Business Group. So our step-by-step process ensures that you can raise the seed capital for your business, no matter how grand it is. So you can grow, raise it, and you're able to start that business you want to do. Now, secondly, we offer unparalleled mentorship, because we know that you having the money to start the business is not just enough. You want to be able to also, run the business effectively. So in the business group, we provide you mentorship, absolutely free of charge. Every year, each person in our business group is able to accumulate over 200 hours of mentorship. 200 hours. That's a lot of mentorship from one business group. Because without mentorship, you can't create any success of what. So you see, it is a strategic roadmap tailored to your success. That's what we do. So we help you, first of all, raise the funds through a business process. 2, we provide you the mentorship you need. And the third strategy we use is that we partner with you to scale up and expand your business, to ensure that your business actually grows and becomes something very tangible. We implement expansion strategies that help you expand your business, allows it to flourish across the country, right? So you want to really visualize that your business growing very well. In the Champions Business Group, we sit down with you and help you make that happen.
Okay, so let's say someone has an idea.
Yeah.
You are with them from inception of that idea,
okay,
right up until the business flourishes.
All right.
The business grows. That's basically the whole point. To assist in every single step of the way, to raise capital, to assist in providing mentorship, the things you need, the equipment, the resources that you need to ensure that the business doesn't fold, especially looking at the economic climes that we're in. That's what the business group is all about.
Yeah, basically what we actually do, we help you, walk you through a process to raise the funds so you don't go borrowing. And secondly, we provide you the strategies you need, the mentorship you need, and then we also help you scale, through our mentorship and trainings.
If you're a business that you've been struggling so far to just, breathe underwater or whatever it is, then maybe you should look at this. Is this opportunity limited to only people who are currently doing businesses, or maybe are other people allowed? Yeah,
the opportunity is not only for those who are currently doing businesses, but you see, it's also open to people who are really, desirous of starting something new, starting something part-time. If you're able to pull out between 3 to 7 hours every week, not monthly, not daily, 3 to 7 hours cumulatively in a week, and you wish to learn how to set up a business and create a functional cash flow model for yourself, the program is open for you. You see, we are opening our doors to the next batch of beneficiaries for our business partnership assistance program, in this period. And the opportunity is open to only serious-minded people who want to create extraordinary success for themselves. Actually, spaces are limited and the demands are very, very high. So for people who are listening, I tell them, if you really have this, desire to build something very strong, very successful, and raise your business, build your business model, create more success for yourself, we're here to help you. Take that next step that will help you get where you want to get to. What I basically tell people is, don't explain away what you don't understand. It's better you ask questions and let people guide you and direct you. because mentorship is really key. That is basically what we do in the business group.
Okay, so how exactly do interested parties contact you?
All right, over the next couple of days, we're going to be discussing with some smart and forward-thinking people who want to create success for themselves. And for those who are who want to come see what we're doing, we just ask them, send us a very simple SMS. Just send an SMS written, I am ready. I am ready. Just I am ready, right? You can send it to 0701 544 8962. That is 0701 544 8962. So you see, if you really need a system and a structure upon which a business to build a business, transform your life, reach out immediately to us and reserve your slot, because I mean, people are really talking to us about what we do. So all you need to do is just send a text message, I am ready, to 0701 544 8962. Can I take the number one more time?
One more time.
Okay, 0701 544 8962, and a consultant will give you a call and we'll schedule a meeting for you in our office, and we'll see what we can do with you.
Okay, so are there limited slots? Is there a number of people that you want to take, in a day or in a week, or just for this program totally?
Right now, our business participation program has opened up. So over the next couple of days, we can absorb as many people as we can take into our mentorship program. And once we have the people that we want to work with, we'll close that up, and then we work with them over the next 3 months thereabout. And then at that point in time, we may open the doors for other people. But for now, our advice people, come while it is still very hot, because a lot is happening right now. We see how the economy is. People really want to be able to build cash flow, transform their lives, and this is why we tell people, step up, come talk to us, and let us do this thing together. Let us create that miracle that you're looking for.
All right, so this mentorship, this entire program, is it free of charge?
Well, for those who are going to come from your station, from this program, it is going to be free of charge.
Interesting.
So if they are sending us I am ready, we're going to talk to them completely free of charge, right? But if they are strolling into our office at their own time, then they may have to pay something to really, get access to what we are saying. But if they come, send us I am ready, we call them, we invite them, they come in, we're going to definitely talk to them free of charge.
Okay,
Yeah.
So is your business struggling? Are you looking for the next big thing that you want to do with whatever business idea that you have? You're thinking, am I going to raise loans? Interest rates is now high, let me tell you.
Crazily high.
It's crazy. The CBN keeps increasing it every day like a trigger happy cop. So try as much as you can to go ahead and reach out to Mr. Okechukwu. The numbers once again.
Okay, the number again is 0701 544 8962. 0701 544 8962.
All right, send I am ready.
I am ready
to that number, and somebody will speak with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Okechukwu.
Thank you so much.
Do you have anything else to say before we wrap up?
Well, except that you look so amazing this morning, and I thank God that we are here, and I urge our people who have challenges, want to build your business, please just take a step, take that bold action, and step up, and let us talk. Probably your miracle might just be around the corner, you can never tell, and let us talk with you, and you might find that our strategies might help you to do that thing, to get that breakthrough and that expansion that you are looking for all the while.
Thank you so much, Mr. Okechukwu.
Thank you so much,
Anodere from the Champions Business Group. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's
God bless you all.
Friday. Make sure you enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you so
to you
much,
listening, thank you so much for listening. Of course,